very good afternoon to you, ma'am. I am Ankita Maria, Joint Secretary at SSC Foundation, Chandigarh. Today, I have got the opportunity to interview you, and I hope we both will have an amazing conversation ahead.
Thank you, Ankita. It's my pleasure to be here, and I'm looking forward to our conversation.
Yes, ma'am. First of all, I would like to welcome you wholeheartedly on the behalf of entire SSC Foundation. We are very thankful for you for taking out time for this interview. We deeply appreciate this, ma'am. Yes.
Thank you.
Before moving ahead, I would like, yes, ma'am.
Am I audible? I didn't say
Yes, you're
anything.
audible.
Okay,
Yes,
I
you're
think there's
audible.
some long.
So, there will be two rounds. The main questions in which I'll be asking you questions regarding your highly inspiring journey. And after that, we will be having a rapid fire round for fun. I hope you will enjoy this, ma'am.
Okay, sure. But I can't see you
Yes.
anymore.
Let me go here. Now,
Yeah.
okay.
Okay.
Okay. So here's my first question for you, ma'am. We want to know about the flow of your journey, that how it all started. When do you realize that you seriously want to work for women empowerment and to dedicate your life towards women's rights and women's law? What was that particular thing that was in your mind that motivated you for the same?
So, I have been interested in women empowerment and gender equality since I was in school, but my law school really opened up my eyes, made me unlearn a lot of patriarchal biases that I had unknowingly grown up with. And it really made my, feeling for women empowerment much stronger and turned it into a passion. And since then, since my third year in law school, I wanted to do something or the other for women empowerment. And I had an idea of launching a website like Pink Legal. Then I had gone and spoken to my professors, and but obviously in law school, it didn't happen for various factors. So after that, I always had this in mind, but then I got the push when I went through a personal incident where I had to go to the police station to report an accident that I had faced where two men tried to kind of assault me. So that is when I went to the police station, filed a police complaint against them. And that incident helped me open up my eyes to how intimidating it can be for a woman to go to a police station and file a complaint. And I was also acutely aware that filing a police complaint is the first step in most cases for us to realize our legal rights. So, when the first step itself has such a big barrier, then how do we expect women to be able to take full support of our legal system? And this particular incident really pushed me to put my passion into execution and do something about it. And that is how Pink Legal was born. And I decided that I want to make women aware of their legal rights, because awareness is the first step towards anything. And yeah, so that is the basic story of how it all happened.
Okay, so your life experiences has motivated you to do the same. Yes,
Yeah.
there is a whole flow. Okay, very correct, ma'am. Now, moving towards our second question, it is related to Pink Legal. Could you please brief us about Pink Legal, about its aim, the working, and about your journey with Pink Legal
Sure.
as for now?
Okay. So Pink Legal is the first ever and the only platform, digital platform of its kind, which educates women about their legal rights. And we started off as a legal awareness platform where we wanted, the basic idea was that a woman should know all her legal rights in every sector, right from sexual harassment to domestic violence to marriage and divorce, cyberbullying, etc., in a very easy to understand manner, so that we take out the intimidating factor and the complicated legal jargon out of law and make it friendly and approachable for women. So it should be like a friend who is explaining the laws to you. So that was the whole idea behind Pink Legal. So we started off as a legal awareness platform, but as we grew in our journey, we started getting a lot of requests from women about the legal queries that they had or wanting us to connect them with a lawyer. So then slowly we evolved into that, and now we also provide women services where we, answer their legal queries for free, and we also connect them. So we have a panel of lawyers and panel with us from all over India, and we match the requirement of women along with the lawyers, and we connect them to our lawyers. So this is also something that we do. So along the journey, the journey of Pink Legal has been so gratifying. I think it has given me much more than I have given it, because I have really found my passion. They say, right, to find your passion, you should think of what is the one thing that you can do every single day without being paid for it. And having done this for more than 1 year now, I realized that it is truly my passion. And I'm getting the opportunity to actually explore my passion, and I feel that that is a big privilege that I have. So that is how my journey with Pink Legal has been. And so also with the team of Pink Legal, so we have a team of about 15 to 18 students from all over India who are part of our student squad, and they also work tirelessly and passionately towards the different projects that we keep taking up, and they are all volunteers, but that doesn't change their motivation and their passion. So it's a team effort, and they are also the backbone of Pink Legal.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. We visited your website along with your Instagram, social media handles also, and you and your team are really doing a very good job. So, are you working in Pan India only or internationally?
So our main focus is India, because we focus on Indian laws, and laws are very country specific. But of course, we cater to a lot of audience who is abroad, which are basically NRIs or the Indian diaspora, which is settled in different countries, who may also face legal issues and who are still coming under Indian laws for certain things. Like, if they got married in India, then their marriage will be governed by Indian laws, or if they have property in India, then that property is governed by Indian laws. So that way we do cater to women all across the globe. In fact, we're quite surprised when you look at the visitors. There are a lot of women from the US, UK, Middle East, Singapore. We never even thought that we would reach there, but somehow we have been able to help women in those countries as well.
Okay, that's really nice. So moving towards our very third question, I believe that there is always an inspiration behind the good deeds. So, what really inspired you to be what you are today?
So I am just somebody who is working towards my passion, nothing more than that. What inspired me is a few really renowned leaders who I had the opportunity to work under or to even observe, because I think you learn best when you observe. So one such person would be Justice Chandrachud, and I observed him as a leader and as a mentor very closely, and I could see how humble and how hardworking he is despite the position that he holds. So I really learned humility from him. I learned time management from him, because despite being one of the busiest people in the country, if one day I was not well and I could not go to office, so he took out time to call up and check on my health, which he need not have done. So if he could take out time to make a phone call, I always feel that I can never be too busy. So when you get the opportunity to work with leaders, like good leaders, you learn from them. So Justice Chandra is one such person. And then also Menaka Guruswamy, who I could observe in court while she was making the arguments in section 377, and I could see the passion that she brought to her arguments, and that was something that really stayed with me. I still remember her exact lines from that argument, and it's like watching a movie. So these two stalwarts in the legal field have really inspired me.
Okay, okay. Very beautifully portrayed your answer. Now the fourth one is we all have felt that life is not always perfect. Like a road, it has many bends, ups and downs, and that's the real beauty of life, right? So, what are the ups and downs that you have faced, or what sort of challenges did you face, or is there any strategy that you follow to overcome that?
So, like everybody else, I have faced my own ups and downs and failures and challenges in life. And in fact, I went through one of my biggest failures in adult life, I think in 2018 or 19. It was something that I had worked towards for a very long time, but it didn't happen, it didn't materialize. And I knew I had given it my 100%. So after going, your video is stuck. Are you able to hear me?
Your video is stuck also in my
Okay. Yeah.
now. Okay, okay. So yes, you were sharing your challenges and doubts that you have faced in your life.
Yeah. So when this thing that I had worked for very hard and it didn't materialize, and that was one of the biggest failures that I felt. And before that, I always used to have a fear of failure. But after I experienced this failure, I really, I came back with a vengeance. I thought, okay, now I'm going to put my plan B into action, or I'm going to make sure that I do something with my life, which I want to do, like go in the direction that I want. And after having overcome that and come to the other side, now I feel so grateful that I went through that experience of failure because I'm no longer scared of it. So now I just go headlong into things and I think, what is the worst thing that can happen? Max to max, I'll fail. That's it. So when this failure used to be one of my biggest fears, now it's just one of my best friends. So I think, so after that, I strongly believe that failure is not a failure if you are able to overcome it positively, and it can be a great opportunity to pivot your life. So I think that is something we can all keep in mind.
Okay. Yes, ma'am. Truly, you said very beautifully that the life challenges us so that we become enlightened. And by realizing our true instinct nature, our true potential, it allows us to be an agent of change, not only for ourselves but for many others also. Right, ma'am?
Yes.
So my next question for you is, for us, you are one of the best example of women empowerment, but we want to know your definition of women empowerment and what are your experiences working on the ground of these issues, gender-related issues or women empowerment.
So for me, women empowerment basically means that when every woman that I know is self empowered to the extent that she is in charge of her own life and she takes her own life decisions and she lives life on her terms, that is true women empowerment. When they don't have to obey to, or bow down to somebody else like their parents or their husband or society, and they are truly their own person. And this comes from firstly financial independence once you grow up, and secondly emotional independence, which means that you have to have a very strong like strong core where you are able to take life, take charge of your life, and live life on your own terms. So I think the day that women are able to do this, they will stop taking any kind of rubbish from other people and they will start living life the way they want. That is when we will have equality.
Okay. So, ma'am, any experiences that you have faced during fighting for gender issues? Any such experience that you want to share with our audience or listeners?
So, what I've seen through my experience with Pink Legal is that most women face a lot of harassment from their own families. And in fact, after marriage is when, women are kind of, even today, even urban women, educated women, women from privileged families, they still face a lot of discrimination after marriage where their in-laws or their husband expect them to suddenly become, to bow down to them, and they're treated like second class citizens in their own house. And when there is so much inequality in your own house, you can't expect the society outside to be equal. So for me, in my opinion, marriage is one of the biggest concerns when it comes to equality for women in India, and that is something we really need to change. We need to empower women within marriage also.
Okay. So now, ma'am, it's the time for the round two, that is rapid fire questions. I'll be asking you questions and you have to rapidly answer them. Okay?
All right.
Okay. The very first one is, what excites you the most? Spending time indoor or outdoor?
Outdoors.
Okay. Believing in luck or believing in hard work?
I think a mixture of both.
A mixture of both. Could you please explain it a little bit?
So I think everybody works hard, but no one can deny the fact that you do need a little bit of luck so that your hard work gets the fruits that it deserves. So hard work along with a little bit of luck.
Right. Okay. Your stress buster is
I think reading and spending time with my family.
okay. Okay. Share any one learning of your journey as an advocate.
So as an advocate, you are expected to know everything all the time. And the first question people will ask you is, if I murder somebody, will you come and protect me? As if everybody is going around murdering people every day.
Okay. Any favorite quote or phrase that motivates you during your hard or difficult times?
I couldn't catch that.
Okay. Okay. First of all, you have perfectly nailed it all over. And now we are reaching towards the end of this
The
very
last
beautiful
question of
interview.
rapid fire.
Sorry.
I said I couldn't hear your last question of the rapid fire.
Okay. 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 I said, is there any your favorite quote or phrase, any motivational line that used to motivate you during your harsh times?
Yes, when life gives you lemons, make lemonade.
Oh, that's nice. Okay. Yes, ma'am. With this, we have reached to the end of the session. And I think this, more than an interview, this is an open-ended conversation between both of us. So before I conclude this, is there any message or appeal for our listeners or the people out there from your side?
Yeah, I would definitely like to tell everybody who's listening that believe in yourself, that's number one. And follow your passion, find your passion, and don't be afraid to follow it with all your heart. And always ask for what you want because only when you ask, you will get. So don't be afraid to hear no. Be ready to hear a lot of no's when you're following your passion, but still follow it no matter what.
Yes, very curious said, ma'am. Failures and ups and downs are a part of life, and we should take them, positively, and we should have an optimistic attitude towards them.
Yes, exactly.
Yes, yes. Wonderful, ma'am. We will surely act upon this. And I'm really feeling very glad that I have got this chance to take your interview today. You are such an down to earth and inspiring woman. It's an absolute honor for me, ma'am. I hope you have enjoyed this interview, right?
Yes, definitely. It was great talking to you, Ankita, and you're doing a great job. So I wish you
Yes.
all the best.
Yes. I'm very much sure that after listening this, people would get really inspired and would learn something very valuable.
I hope so.
Yes, thank you once again for joining us, ma'am. I hope you have an amazing day ahead. Thank you for joining us, ma'am.
Thank you, Ankita, and wish you the same.
Okay, thank you, ma'am.
Okay, thank you.